Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sonic Adventure 2 on the SEGA Dreamcast. I am one well sheep yet again, and now it's time to access Prison Lane to bust Sonic out of jail. That sounds really weird to say out loud now that I think about it, because he's Sonic the bloody Hedgehog. He shouldn't be arrested. People in this world are stupid. They're so blind, and it's like they can't see colors. And, well, not to say people who can't see colors are stupid, because obviously there's reasons why they can't see color, but you know what I mean? People are idiots. I mean, the guy that everyone thinks robbed the bank looks nothing like Sonic. Why do they think it's Sonic? It's the same issue I have with Mario Sunshine, where in Super Mario Sunshine, Shadow Mario does a lot of stuff, and no, Mario's not made of water. What, are you stupid? But I digress. Anyway, now we have a proper... I can actually tell you about the controls of this mech properly. And yeah, Tails actually runs in a mech, and this is one of the final... Well, not even... Sonic Adventure was one of the final times we actually got a chance to see Tails in his standard outside of a mech, outside of a general... Sonic Adventure 1 was the last time we saw Tails doing any basic normal platforming. From this point onwards, now in the series, Tails is either going to be relegated to being controllable in something like a plane, or just not being controllable at all. Because basically from this point onwards in the series, with the exception of 2D games and Sonic Heroes, I don't know, for some reason Sega stopped really utilizing Tails to his fullest potential. And it's just a shame, because I love Tails. I love him as a character. He's one of my favorite Sonic characters. And as I said before, I believe I said this in the Adventure 1 LP anyway, I can't remember, it's been ages since I actually recorded that. Tails used to be my favorite character, you know. Tails, when I was growing up, used to be my favorite Sonic character, because I don't know, I like the underdog sort of idea behind him, you know. Tails wasn't at the forefront of any of the Sonic games, but he could still do everything that Sonic could do. He was still just as useful as Sonic, you know. I used to really love that back in the day. I don't know, I've always liked Tails, that's what I'm really getting at, and it's a shame he got underutilized in the series after a certain point. It bugs me. But anyway, going into the general gameplay, as I explained in the boss fight in the previous part, this is basically Gamma's gameplay, only spruced up. Now we have the ability to shoot up Vulcan cannon shots just by tapping the attack button, which allows us to have a bit more strategy, and we can actually use that to break down boxes and stuff. And we can also utilize, or at least get the chance to utilize a bit more, of Tails' mech throughout actual levels this time around. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Gamma's gameplay. I absolutely adore it. It's an amazing gameplay style back in Sonic Adventure 1. This game, if there's one thing I will give it credit for, it actually improves upon Gamma's gameplay styles a great deal. I mean, I'll get into semantics about controls, but that's all personal preference really, and I do prefer Gamma's control, but the levels as Tails and Eggman in the Walker and in the mechs, they actually feel like full-blown stages. They actually feel like a proper full-blown level, and I really love that, because that's one of the biggest complaints I had about Gamma's storyline in Sonic Adventure 1. So yeah, you know, they're improving things. Sega, Sonic team are learning. What can I tell ya? What can I tell ya, indeed? Anyway, throughout this stage, you might have noticed as well, I've been blowing up certain enemies to open up doorways. Some doorways are locked unless I blow up the enemies. It's a bit late for me to explain that, but, you know, you get the gist. You get the gist of everything, you know? What can I tell ya?
Huh? Amy?
Keep your voice down. Have no fear. Amy Rose is here.
Yeah, because that's going to comfort me.
How'd you get here?
Well, if you gotta know, I caught a ride with Tails. Are you sure you don't need my help? It looks like you could use it.
The reason I'm in here is because of that fake hedgehog.
You mean that black hedgehog?
Did you see it? Where is it now?
If I tell ya, will you marry me?
No way!
I thought I had you this time. That black hedgehog came here with Dr. Eggman.
So, Eggman's behind this, huh?
What's all that writing on the wall anyway? Did you write that? Wait for me, Sonic! such a brat sometimes.
Yes, Amy, Sonic wrote all those advanced equations on the wall. Sonic is smart enough to do that. Bear in mind, Sonic isn't the sharpest tool in the shed, you know, Amy Rose, what the hell? Jesus Christ, is the Sonic franchise filled with characters who are stupid or something? I don't know. But anyways, this time for some Metal Harbor and some actual Sonic the Hedgehog gameplay. Oh, the joys! Oh, the joys indeed. And this stage by here is a very, very easy level. In fact, I would argue a lot of the earlier stages are quite easy. But this is probably the first stage where you may have a bit of trouble if you don't know what you're doing, because it is quite easy to mess up. It's quite easy to mess up on certain jumps. And right from the get-go, right by here, we're going to get not so much a brand new ability. We had this ability in the original Sonic Adventure. We now have the Light Speed Shoes, the Light Speed Dash, and this is an ability that has been greatly improved from the original game, because no longer do we need to hold down and charge up our energy to do Light Speed Dash. All we need to do now is go up to the trailer rings, push the B button, and we blast off at the speed of sound. Which, you know, it's all good stuff considering we're playing as Sonic the Hedgehog. We gotta go fast, what can I tell ya? But, yeah, I love this stage. This is a really good stage. It's really exhilarating to get through and, you know, just do ultra risky maneuvers that can cause you to die like I just did. And speaking of risky maneuvers and speaking of all that stuff, one thing you might have noticed whenever we beat each zone in this Sonic the Hedgehog game, ladies and gentlemen, is now we get ranked on our performance. Sonic Adventure 2 is the first game in the Sonic franchise to add in ranking systems. The better you do, the faster you get through the stage, the more points you get going through the stage, etc, etc, will all ramp up in order to allow you to get enough points to get certain rankings. And getting high rankings, I'm not too fussed on. I don't care if I get an A rank, I don't care if I get, which is the highest rank by the way, I don't care if I get an E rank, as long as I get through the stage personally, that makes me happy. But I know loads of people love getting A rank runs, and it's definitely something that makes these games a great deal more replayable. You know, if you want to play through these games properly, if you want to really, if you really want to get the full experience of Sonic Adventure, I suppose, they're going to want you to go out of your way to collect these A ranks and stuff and get through the stages as quick as possible. You know, this is one of those games that's just built on replayability, and I do love that. I love that a great deal. But anyway, I just messed up entirely, and for this sequence by here, as you can probably guess, we do need to jump on a spring in order to jump onto the missile. However, there is an alternate pathway you can go if we continue running past that area. If we run all the way up to the very top of the missile, we get bonus points. And as far as I can tell, the only way I've ever been able to get an A rank in this stage is to get up to this extra area all the way up here. So it can be a bit tricky. It can be a bit tricky to do, you know, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah! I'm missing everything! Oh my god, I'm drunk! Seriously, I look drunk. Hey, I got something! Woo! Yeah, you'd be surprised how difficult it is to actually grab those items during the snowboarding area. But whenever you are in boarding, actually, there are a couple of instances in this game where you do get a board and you do get to skate down slopes and stuff. Well, mainly 3, I think. That's all I can recall off the top of my head. Basically, you can press the B button to brake. I never do that, so just move left and right to move left and right. Whoop-de-doo, you get the gist. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, boss fight time.
So far, so good. Hey, that's...
That blue hedgehog again, of all places.
I found you, Faker.
Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Huh? You're not even good enough to be
I'll
my...
make you eat those words.
Jesus Christ, way to be rude, Sonic. I mean, Shadow just... At least let Shadow finish off his line before you interrupt him. That's a big thing you'll see a lot during this Sonic game as well. The translation wasn't the best, so a lot of the time you're going to find characters talking over each other, and yeah, that was embarrassing, considering how simple this boss fight is. I'm going to level it out for you folks. I am pretty damn bad at Sonic Adventure 2. At least when I'm playing it on the not GameCube. At least when I'm playing it on the Dreamcast anyway. For some reason I find the game a great deal easier to play on the PC and on the GameCube. I don't know why. Maybe it's just due to the controller or something, I have no idea. But anyway, False Shadow's boss fight, he's gonna be quite tricky to hit. All you need to do is just run around him and hit him in the back whenever possible. Otherwise, well, you're going to get hurt, or you just bounce harmlessly off him. That's all I can really say about that, you know, ladies and gentlemen. But I digress.
Shadow, what are you doing? Hurry and get back here right now before the island blows up with you on it!
Blows up?
There we are, it's time for another speed level. Oh boy, we're getting a lot of these, aren't we? And get used to seeing these, because one thing that's quite interesting about Sonic Adventure 2 is, as you can probably guess at this point, there is no individual character select screen. We have to go through level by level, as as you can clearly tell. So the game's going to really start chucking these stages at you in bursts, and Sonic Adventure 2 is, for me, the best levels in this game are still the speed levels, just like in the original adventure game, but I don't know, I still think the level design and general control of the first one's better, but I love this stage. This is a fantastic stage, and sometimes I have a bit of issue controlling Sonic's homing attack. Sometimes I feel it doesn't home in the way I would like. I don't know if anyone else has that sort of issue, or if it's just exclusive to me, but I don't know. Anyway, as you can tell, there's a time limit in this zone. We need to get to the end within the time limit. Do not fret, because the time limit is stupidly easy to get around. I could easily go through the stage at such a slow pace, and I wouldn't be at risk of losing, ladies and gentlemen. I wouldn't be at risk of doing anything and dying. But I digress. Moving over here, time for an additional power-up. This is an optional power-up. It's a bit harder to find. It gives us back our light speed attack ability from Sonic Adventure 1. It's not very useful. I don't even know if I even use it in this LP. That's how much it's not really useful, ladies and gentlemen. But one thing this Sonic Adventure game does get over the original title, in my opinion, is it does give you that burst of the sensation speed, When you're going fast, it really feels like you're going fast, The only issue I sort of have with it is, it does really feel like you're going down a tunnel all the time, and I would prefer if the stages were a bit more open-ended with more multiple routes and more ways to get from point A to point B, everything just feels a lot more streamlined, both in a good way and a bad way, folks, which I can see why people think this is their favorite Sonic game. I can see why people have that opinion, but I don't know, I still prefer the open-ended nature of the original title. What can I tells you? What can I tells you indeed? But, come on, Sonic. Oh no, my one weakness! Vines! When you reach this bungee jump code, by the way, hold down the A button for a few seconds to get that extra ring thing. You don't really need to do that, I just like doing it because, I'm on a bungee code. I'm gonna take advantage of that bungee code, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm fumbling, Jesus Christ, I'm fumbling with the controls a lot this time around. It's so easy to just slip off the routes and just fly off the edge if you don't know how to control it properly. And unfortunately, I was out of practice with this playthrough, folks. I'll be honest, I played this playthrough after not playing the game for over I want to say like over 4 years. So, folks, it's expect me to not be the best skilled at this game, but I cut out as much deaths as I can, and I do show off the game as best as my ability can show you, so
That was cool!
That was cool!
Sure feels haunted. There's no time to lose. I have to hurry and find the Master Emerald.
Alright, it's time to do another stage involved in the Master Emerald. Right from the get-go, go forward, and we have access to the Shovel Claw yet again. Now, the Shovel Claw's been streamlined yet again. That's the main theme of this game, you know, that everything from the first Sonic Adventure has been streamlined. And basically, to activate the Shovel Claw now, all you need to do is jump and then push the attack button, and you will dive down and dig into the ground, you know, folks. And because I sort of glossed over Knuckles' abilities in the first part when we first saw him. And generally, Knuckles has the general same skills as we expect, you know, he can still climb on walls and what have you. But his moveset is slightly modified. Now, instead of doing his fireballs and his Falcon Punch ability, Knuckles, in fact, actually has a proper punching combo. He does a normal, everyday punch, and he can also do this weird uppercut, so spinny move if you twirl the analog stick, which is, like, useful in one instance, to be perfectly honest, but that's beside the point. I don't know, Knuckles' abilities have been improved, what can I say? You know, I'm trying to emphasize one thing about this playthrough, you know, folks. Even though I was pretty negative about this game in the first Sonic Adventure LP in terms of referencing this, I still think it's a good game, and I want to make that a point. I want the people to know that. I just have plenty of criticisms involving the general game design, what can I tell you? What can I tell you indeed? Anyway, this is Pumpkin Hill, ladies and gentlemen, the first sort of proper Knuckles level, because to be fair, the first zone with Knuckles wasn't all that open or anything. This is the first time we properly open up and we properly get the general feel of what most of Knuckles' zones are going to be like. And if I'm going to be honest, this stage isn't too bad. This is an open level, but it's roughly the same size as Red Mountain Zone in Sonic Adventure 1, you know. There's still 3 basic points of interest you're going to want to glide to it, and always glide to every chance you get. And I basically have a strategy every time I play through this game. I always go to the points of interest across the map, just wait until the radar at the bottom screen sort of starts beeping. When it starts beeping, then I know I'm at the general right idea of where to go. So that's usually how I get through these stages, and sometimes the stage length can go by quite quickly, like it is by here. It's going to be pretty much a 3-4 minute level, I think. Actually, I can't remember. This might take longer than I expect. And sometimes the stage can go on for an absolutely ridiculous length of time. And that's mainly where my issue really lies with Knuckles' gameplay in this one, folks. You know, it's in the later stages where the levels just they're too big. The levels get so damn big that you can easily get lost. And if you get lost, it's going to be quite a pain in the arse trying to find the last emerald piece that could be, I don't know, on some planet in the background. You know, folks. You think I'm exaggerating? I'm not. Later on, you actually go to different planets and stuff in one, like, Mario Galaxy-esque clusterfuck, but that's beside the point. That's way later. That's like end game. Almost. So, I'm gonna leave my ranting until then. Basically, I like Pumpkin Hill. I love the music of this zone. I love the aesthetics. I love these pumpkin things. What are these things? Are they like mountains? Pumpkin mountains? I have no idea, but I like these things, you know, they're pretty damn cool. And it's definitely a Halloween-y sort of stage, you know, it's one of those things I sort of love. In fact, one thing I want to really bring up is what I sort of generally feel about the music in this game. The music is just, it's not as varied. I think that's that's a good word, varied, as the original Sonic Adventure, but every character still has a general theme that they go to in terms of their soundtrack, you know, like Knuckles has basically this rap, sort of chilled out groove music. Sonic has his rock music where he, obviously, you know, he's a high speed, action oriented gameplay style, you know, he's gonna have rocky music. Then you have the mech levels, which sometimes play slower music, sometimes they play melodic music, I don't know. In fact, the only soundtracks I think of that doesn't really conform to any style is the mech levels, because the soundtracks are basically for those stages generally are made to fit the stage they're in. I don't know, but I digress. Anyway, that is it for this part, so thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, and I'll catch you all next time as we continue on with this Sonic Adventure 2 playthrough. Alright, bye!